Hey guys, Red Wolf here. Now, originally, I was gonna rant and rave about the fact that Avatar The Last Airbender would be getting another live-action adaptation.
What?
Yep, you heard me correctly. And when I heard the news, I immediately thought of this.
Leave him alone!
Just when I accept my role as the Avatar.
Why is your hair white, young lady? You look very odd.
Oh yeah, because the last live-action adaptation was such a masterpiece that doing it a second time, only this time as a TV show on Netflix, is a great idea, right? But yeah, it's happening again, another reboot. And I figured, what's the point? I've already reached my breaking point with the reboots and remakes, and I just don't care anymore. This type of stuff has been going on in Hollywood for quite a while now. No matter how much I hate the idea, Hollywood will continue to reboot these classic shows we used to love in a way that might piss us off. Something like this isn't even worth the energy to rant over, especially knowing how people just love to get all over me and make commentaries on me because I'm very opinionated about these reboots. But I'm not gonna get into that as if I give a shit. But come on guys, you honestly think that TV studios give a shit about what we think? Nope. Because as long as it draws buzz or attention, they could care less about what we think. And no matter how this show turns out, I'm not gonna care to watch or support this. So instead of me ranting and raving and pretty much repeating what other YouTubers have said, because it's another reboot, I've decided to discuss a topic that's related to the controversial news. And it's pretty much why bringing animated shows or movies to a live-action setting is stupid. I feel as though people don't give animation enough credit simply because they assume that because it's animated, that it's made for kids, which isn't the case. Animation is meant for everybody. Is it more appropriate for kids? Yes, but it's not only made for them because I can name you certain animated movies or TV shows that were made for adults, such as Akira, Spawn the Animated Series, and Family Guide, and even live-action movies and TV shows that were just made for kids, like Spy Kids or Sesame Street. Now, I'm a person that loves animation and can appreciate all genres that come from it, whether it's action, dark comedy, horror, or drama type of shows. My personal favorite style of animation is the Western anime-inspired or the comic book style action shows that are plot-driven and take themselves more seriously as the plot goes along, such as Young Justice, SWAT Cats, Batman Beyond, reboots, Batman the Animated Series, Symbionic Titan, and I can go on. So the news comes that Avatar The Last Airbender would be getting a live-action series. And it's not just that, but Kim Possible is also getting a live-action movie, including The Lion King. It just seems like people these days just don't want to draw anymore and just want to bring these beloved animated franchises into a more real-life world when half the time it's not often executed properly in terms of a visual style and effects. Dragon Ball Evolution, for example, and we are not even gonna get into that one. Now, my problem isn't just because it's a reboot. My main problem with this is the fact that they're going away from the 2D anime style and want to make it a live action. Now, I'm a person that grew up watching Avatar The Last Airbender, and I have to say, the show was great. It really set a new standard for Western animated shows during the mid-2000s. I could go on and talk about the different things I loved about the show, but the thing that really stood out to me was the animation style. You can definitely tell the show was anime-inspired. Legend of Korra, while not as good, still kept a lot of what made Avatar The Last Airbender a great show. But now that I hear that Avatar The Last Airbender will be rebooted into a live-action show, it just easily rubs me the wrong way. Now look, I'm not gonna say this is gonna be bad because of the previous attempt of making it live-action, and we all know how that went. But I just hate the fact that in today's world where we barely get any quality Western animated shows, and now certain animated shows we used to love are now becoming live action now. And we're starting to see that with the recent teaser trailer for the live action Kim Possible movie, and The Lion King coming out in 2019. And there's also the Beauty and the Beast movie that I saw a little over a year ago with my ex-girlfriend. And while it wasn't a bad movie, it was very pointless because it's basically the same movie as the original, only this time one of the characters is revealed to be gay, which is what you'd come to expect in this SJW world we live in today. And for what? Why do they feel the need to bring these popular animated properties into a live-action setting? Are they trying to give a more realistic take on these shows? What's next? You're gonna do a Pokemon live-action movie where Pikachu ends up looking like this? Some things are just better left animated, just saying. My biggest concern with Avatar The Last Airbender being in live action is just wondering how they're gonna handle the CGI for a lot of the airbending. And I just know they're gonna use a CGI, and it's gonna look terrible. And why do I say that? Knowing this is a TV budgeted show, the effects and the world building are probably not gonna look as good as the movie. And that's not to say that the effects for the movie was good, because they weren't. But in some areas, I will say the effects looked decent. And the way I see it, they're gonna limit what Avatar The Last Airbender could do. The fact that the TV show was animated meant that you had no limitations because it was all hand-drawn, meaning you can do whatever the hell you want in the world of animation. But now that it's gonna be a live action, there's going to be a limitation to what they can do with the effects. And I know people will bring up the CGI argument, but the thing is, if you don't have enough money to make good CGI, then it's gonna look terrible. Whereas opposed to if you drew it, it'll look good and feel a part of the series and wouldn't feel out of place because it's in the same animation style as everyone else in the show. Whereas when it's in live action, you can tell that, oh yeah, that's in CGI, and it looks pretty awful. And I just wonder how they're gonna make Appa look, oh my goodness. And how they're gonna handle a lot of the bending for the fight scenes. TV studios know that making these kind of shows are not gonna be cheap because you'll have to shoot locations, elaborate action sequences, and hire a number of actors, which will drive the production cost up. And that's pretty much the reason why studios look to cut these production costs whenever possible. You can do so much when a show is hand-drawn, and I just don't understand why people just can't draw anymore. Sure, we still have 2D cartoons for certain kids' networks, but I'm talking about detailed animated shows like Young Justice or Avatar The Last Airbender that feel anime inspired. I know that hand-drawn animation isn't easy to do and can also be very costly, but if you're not gonna put in the effort to do hand-drawn animation, then just don't bother doing anything with the property. It's like I said, some things are just better left animated. You know, especially knowing that Netflix is known for not making the best animated to live action adaptations of popular properties. Sorry people, just had a bad cough today. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Do you agree or disagree with what I said? Anyways guys, this is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.